TIFU by accidentally deleting my company's website.
I work as a web developer for a small company, and I was tasked with making some updates to our website. It was a routine task, and I thought nothing of it as I logged into the backend and started making changes. However, as I was working, I got distracted by a phone call. I thought I had saved my progress, but I must have clicked the wrong button because when I refreshed the page, the entire website was gone. I stared at the screen in disbelief, my heart sinking as I realized what had happened. I immediately called my boss and explained the situation. They were understandably upset and demanded me to restore the website. Unfortunately, our most recent backup was from a month ago, so we lost a lot of data and updates. Now, add in dealing with angry customers who couldn't access our services.
My one distraction is now causing so much trouble. My boss put me on indefinite leave and I am to not receive pay for it. I am not a good skilled developer and I got that job out of luck and accepting a less than minimum fee knowing my skills. Now, if I get fired I may never find another job and end up on my parents' house. I can't believe how everything is turning to this direction, like the world is against me today. Dr. I accidentally deleted my company's website, causing a major disruption and losing data. Now, I'm out of work.
Well, now you know the importance of version control, code and database backups. As a web developer you need to know these things. Definitely not all on you. B.C. that never should have been able to happen in the first place, but in the future you'll want to recognize these problems waiting to happen. Either at the interview stage when they allow you to ask questions or whenever you work in a new project, workspace, codebase.
I'm having trouble believing this story for a few reasons. Why were you editing directly in production? Why is there no version control? Why was the last backup a month ago? How do you accidentally delete the whole website with a button press? If this story is real, that company has no idea how to handle their code properly and, in certain ways, almost seems like effort was put into making it worse.
You got the job for less pay because you lacked the skills. And you got dismissed because of your lack of skills. Seems about right, man. Shrugging. Just move on, and please remember, always run your own backup before you do anything.
How small a company? How are the backups made and who does those? Why are you editing on a live system and with no RCS or a way to roll back as well? Did you point any of this out before?
I'll have you know, I've broken production 3 times in my 8 years of programming. Your company should have had processes in place to create regular backups and a repository for changes. Lucky for me that our company does. Live and learn.
So, your company develops web pages for customers, hosts them as well, I'd assume. But your company website only has monthly backups? And you run an environment where there's no dev environment, for a dev company, to validate changes that you can just copy/paste into prod? Oof to your customers.
Why does your company have such a piss-poor CMS that you can delete everything in a single click? You were given more tools than you should have been allowed for your skill. There should have been user control at the very least. That's on the company.
The fact that your company's last backup was a month ago means whoever is in charge doesn't know what they're doing. It's probably a blessing that this happened.
I remember giving a friend root access to my Radius server about 20 years ago and he morphed USR. What a glorious day. Happens to the best of us. He is now a senior sysadmin and flies all over the world. Hopefully when this door closes for you, another opens. Hang in there. I have almost 30 years experience as a web developer. As others have pointed out, these things happen. Learn from them and move on. I deleted production DBs and destroyed servers with improper shutdown and more in my day. It's part of the process. Yeah, shame on you for your mistake. But bigger shame on a lack of processes in the company like daily backups. Failures will happen. And the important thing is recoverability and how quickly you can restore from a major failure. The big red flag to me is how you're being treated. Putting you on unpaid leave is BS. I don't even believe this is something you should be fired for. Unless you clearly went outside of process. But even in that case, they should just do that. Not have you sit around unpaid. They should be accepting that the bulk of this is on them for their lack of backup processes and source control. Unless you were responsible for those as well. Which again should not be held against you considering your lack of experience. Sounds more like an architectural problem. Version control and backups aren't new ideas in our line of work. Sounds like they got exactly what they paid for LMAO. You knew your worth. Way below market value. And you proved it and then some. Deleted company website. Likely lost them millions in current and potential future revenue. Crippling the entire organization with your incompetence. Great work. Like the world is against me, no. That's just you dealing with the consequences of your actions and taking on a job above your skill and competency levels. So many foos to go all around. Shame you got scapegoated. Spin this as why you have a plan to ensure it never happens again. Do it quickly. I took down an entire hospital for 2 hours. You're going to be fine. So they decided to pay less in exchange for a developer with little experience. That's on them. Quickly go check on Wayback Machine on archive.org if they have a never copy of the web page. Borking the website is not an RGE. Not having functional backups is. I told my employees the first rule of IT is have a backup. If you mess up, I can handle that as long as we can recover from it. Yes, I had to walk admin row one time.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.